why today I would like to talk about my point of view, my little experience from a developer perspective, not the client. I'm not going to talk about the user experience, etc. I'm just going to speak about the experience of developer with the two technologies. So, guys like us, Microsoft guys, when they have the chance, they will do a lot of marketing for Microsoft. They will say, okay, Microsoft have the best technology ever, and they will make the best sell ever. I'm not going to do that today. And also, I'm not going to describe Android as the shiny knight that go and save us from a Microsoft help. I'm just talking about the little experience of me using the two technologies. So this is a presentation. I'm going to start by the simple things, visual things like the IDU, the development environment, using the views. Going to more interesting things like we are going to talk about the community and the future of the company. Finally, we're gonna try to get a conclusion from all the comparison that I'm going to do. So, to start simple, I would like to start by a little code read on InfoWord in a very interesting article in 2010. So the article was after the presentation of WP said. So what he said, seeing the UI in action across several tasks, not just in high controlled presentation, shows how awkward and unsophisticated it is. I had the same feeling you get when you got a movie based on a great trailer, only to discover that all the good stuff was in the trailer, and the rest of the movie was a mess, a big impact. So it was very encouraging article for WP said. But the question here, is it really WP said is a complete disaster? After all, maybe they have done something well using it. So now we're going to start by giving points to each technology. So if we see that Android have a point, we give him a point. WP said have a point, we're going to give him his point. So let's start by the development environment. It's very important for developers to use a good development environment because the environment will increase productivity, will make the developer more happy and more easy to use the technology. Otherwise, you're going to just use Notepad. So I think I like to start by the simple thing, the visual. I think that Visual Studio have a very much better design than Eclipse. I don't know if you share that with me, but I see when I open it, there is nice colors. I have a lot. The perspectives are much more organized than Eclipse. I have my project. I have some links to get some tutorials, some help. Everything is very clear. Is very attractive. I think the Hashim is much better than this. Don't you agree? I mean, with Eclipse, I don't know. First, I don't like the colors. I don't really feel very exciting when I'm using it. So, you say that colors is not very important, and you're just going to use what we have. But really, after spending hours of developing, you will start to be very, very. You will start to like to have great colors, to have great interface. So, more important stuff is about actually options offered by Visual Studio. I mean, I think Visual Studio, even in debugging, and everybody know how important debugging is for developers. Even in debugging, Visual Studio is better. First, give them a clear breakpoint. You see here the red one is a Visual Studio breakpoint. Anyone can see the breakpoint on Eclipse? Anyone?
Yes, of course.
It's the little tiny. It's a little tiny dot. They call it a breakpoint.
A breakpoint, yes.
Yeah. After spending 16 hours developing, I had to look for it then. Yeah. Really great. And really, it's a mess. It's a mess when you have breakpoints all over the place, and you're waiting for the emulator to start debugging, and you have a breakpoint that cut everything, and you didn't know about it. It's hell.
But you can customize it. The product.
You need to look for internet for 3 hours to know how to customize it. It's not very easy, actually. Also, Visual Studio give you better debug options. Actually, you can stop the breakpoint and start doing some code to do very high testing cases, and I found it really great. Also, Visual Studio offer you a lot of project management tools like TFS. It's awesome. Give you many performance analysis. It gives you a lot of packages, and which is really found interesting, very interesting. Actually, in WP set, you don't really have to look for them on the internet. You just have this window, and you find all the list of packages. Even if sometimes you don't know about the package, and you read about it, and you say, hey, this is what I was looking for. But Eclipse, I'm going to Eclipse. Actually, Eclipse, there is here, you need to look for the website, you need to put the website, you need to wait for the repository, and then start installing those packages. I don't know if you agree with me, but no?
Finally, you got the TFS plugin in Eclipse. And,
you got everything in
Eclipse. If you don't know
Eclipse.
about the plugin, you can go to preference and Eclipse market. And there is a market for Eclipse, and you can download all what you need.
Yeah, but the thing is, actually, Visual Studio offer you one place to go. You see?
Yes.
But Eclipse, I have to do some Python development, and I really need to look for Python to add Python. When I want to add some packages to help me developing, I have to look for them for the internet. And you see, maybe for you, I don't know, you're a student or a developer?
A student, but in the beginning of developing on Python.
Yes. Actually, when you are a student, it's just fun to look for the internet, and after you find the package says, well, I am the best developer in the world. But when you are in production environment, time is money. So when you're spending hours looking for something and figure out how you're going to add it and configure it, doesn't really feel great. So I don't know. I would give WP set a point for the ideal. I don't know about you, but we can discuss that. So now I would like to move to the views and UI handling, how you create your views. I'm not going to talk really about Android XML versus Microsoft XML, because Microsoft just copied Android XML. If you see, this is two snippets of code to create a button. We can see it's almost the same. So it's button, content, or here text, height, here layout height. It's the same when you are using code. But the interesting thing is here. I'm sure that people here do some Android development. Yeah. Did you have when you don't really like to write code and you like to drag and drop the UI element? It's a really mess. You know, when you drop a button, he could just go away.
You need to put the relative layout,
time
layout.
You see, you need to put.
You need the designer.
Yeah, I'm getting points here.
Unfortunately.
And I mean, really, it's making me sometimes really angry to just spending, 30 minutes fixing a UI. Then when I run things, I just found a different thing on the emulator, just like that. Nobody knows why, but it's happened. Which more interesting about Visual Studio, they give you the expression blend, and they think it's a very great tool, especially for designers. I know here there is developers who are really great They can use XML, they write code XML, I have no problem. It's XML, no error. I'm a great developer. I can write anything, but think about designers. Think about people that are really used to Photoshop. People who are used to Photoshop, he will never be happy writing 300 lines of XML. No, he will just like to have a similar environment to work with. This is what Microsoft did, and I found this very intelligent. When they they create the Blend package, they have Blend Designer, expression package. They have expression Blend to create the XAML. They have expression designer, they have expression encoder, and all those elements are interacting with each other.